Alright, let's take a look at my gaming shelf. It's only the games for Xbox, Wii, PlayStation 3, and I got a couple other games for PlayStation 2. It's not all my games, but this is the most recent systems that I have set up. This is a 5-shelf thing that I bought for like $30, which is the best thing I ever bought for this room, because as you can tell, I got a lot of crap. On the very top, I just got some board games. Monopoly, the credit card version, which is very, very interesting. You can get up into the millions there. It's a little different than the traditional one. And I got some card games, of course, Stratago, which I've only played twice. And it's actually a lot of fun. Scrabble, of course, Yahtzee. And then, of course, I got this for Christmas, Super Mario Chess. That's a lot of fun. I'm actually a good chess player. And I got that for Christmas because I don't ever get to play chess. And that thing's pretty cool. But anyway, let's look at this first shelf. This first shelf is just Xbox alone. I've sold probably a half a dozen or more Xbox games on Amazon and such, so I don't have all my games up here. These are the ones that I've kept either because I can't sell them for any decent amount of money and I'm better off just keeping them, or they're actually really good games and I'll keep them forever. Just a couple games in the beginning. There's really no reason why I have Ghost Recon 2 for Xbox. I think it's just been laying around. Project Gotham 2. That was my favorite Project Gotham racing game of all time. 3 was pretty good. It's just, I don't know, I think it's just the memories of playing Project Gotham for Xbox. This is the reason why I keep that. NBA Live. I got the original Wolfenstein. That game is awesome. In this case here is the Street Fighter collection. And I'm just going to go through these briefly. These Lego games, believe it or not, are pretty fun. It's a good game to play with your girlfriend because that's pretty much the only time I ever play these games. I got the Star Wars, the Batman, and the Indiana Jones. Then my next fighting games, I got Fight Night, the old one, round 3. King of Fighters, which I never played this game, ever. It was a good game, offline, but I just, you know, couldn't get into it online at all, so it's unfortunate because it had a lot of potential. And obviously, you know, I have Street Fighter 4, Tekken 6, which I played pretty strong for the first 3 days and I owned it and I haven't played it since. It's actually a good game, I'm just not a Tekken player, and, you know, when I get bored I might play it again, I'm not really sure. And this empty case here, of course I'm not even aiming at the right thing, in this case here is Gears of War. I had Gears of War 2, I beat it and sold it on eBay. I never played the first one, so I picked that up because it was cheap. This, what do we have here? Oh, Ghost Recon 2, which is good offline. Online wasn't really worth playing, it wasn't that great. Wolfenstein, also good offline. Online was not that great. Of course, you gotta have the Call of Duties. Apologize for aiming at the wrong spot. Let's see, Call of Duty 2, 3, which I just got actually for Christmas, is the only one I didn't have. 4, World at War, and Modern Warfare 2. I love all these games, absolutely. Offline, online. Online's a little funny for Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 2 because they're just old games. You can't really expect much out of them. Frontlines is pretty much the worst game I ever bought. I paid full price for that piece of crap. Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, that I sold the second one for a pretty good amount of money, which I was impressed because it's not really a great game at all. It used to be pretty good for the original Xbox, but I don't know, since Call of Duty started being popular, pretty much any other shooting game just could not compare. I think the only game that really competed well with it was Halo, which I used to have Halo 3, which was a good game. I just didn't like it online. What else we got? Alright, so Fallout 3, Bioshock, got some Tomb Raiders, Fable 2, which are all good games. Then we have a couple random games that I bought because they're cheap. Afro Samurai. This is Kingdom of Fire, Circle of Doom, which actually is a fun game, except there's really not much to it. You just kind of walk through the woods, chop things up. It's kind of like Oblivion a little bit, but you never like actually make it into a town, so it's kind of a weird game. But it was cheap, and it's alright. It's something to do. Lost Odyssey, really good game. Haven't really made it that far. Eternal Sonata, which is a pretty good role-playing game if you're into that. Star Ocean, I haven't played it yet, but it looked pretty good. Sega Genesis Collection, just because I like the old school games. This has got, what has it got on there? It doesn't have a list of it. It's about 20 some odd games for that. Blue Dragon, Final Fantasy 11, some of the older ones, some racing games here. Nothing too special. Skate game is one of the best skating games I think available. Rock Band 2 I got for Christmas. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I've only played it a few times though. I'm really good at the guitar. And this came with my arcade Xbox. NBA Live and some Maddens. So that's my Xbox collection right there. And on the next row it's going to be very brief because I don't really play any of these games. This first section here, that's my iPhone, which is the best phone I've ever owned. Nothing really noticeable here other than these are some of my PlayStation games. I've got a lot more, but they're actually in like a CD case holder. They're not in the original cases because they're, I don't know, they're like 10 years old and falling apart. Xenogears is a really good role-playing game for PlayStation. I got really far into it and I got stuck and I haven't played it since. But it's still a pretty good game. Some GameCube games, some PlayStation 2 games. I got all the Final Fantasy games you could think of. And some Tomb Raiders in there, but that's not really that important. PSP is really not that important other than Final Fantasy. Oh, excuse me. I was waiting for that to come on. Final Fantasy, this is the best remake of the original Final Fantasy ever made, in my opinion. It's also the newest and most updated one. The graphics are the best. You can play it on the widescreen PSP. And it's just a lot of fun. That's the best version. I also have Final Fantasy 2 floating around somewhere. I have no idea what happened to that game. SOCOM for PSP was a lot of fun. I played that online a lot. Really quickly, my Wii games, I got a little bit of everything. This is like the family system, the family game. I got the Wii Fit, the Wii Fit Plus, all that stuff. Also Mario Kart, Mario Galaxy, and the new Super Mario Brothers, which is one of the best Mario games that's been made recently. It's old school style, which I like. And then I got the Zelda, the King of Fighters, and that's pretty much it for that. Not too much. PlayStation 3, as you can tell, if you want to know which system I enjoy more, there's my PlayStation 3 selection. There's my Xbox selection, so I guess it speaks for itself. I love my PlayStation 3 though. But if there's a game that's going to be made for both systems, I'm getting it for the Xbox without a doubt. Well, here's some of the exclusive games that I have for PlayStation 3, even though Oblivion's not exclusive, it's for both systems. Killzone 2, excellent game, offline and online. Oblivion's a good game. I never beat that yet. I'm going to have to beat that soon. Uncharted I got for Christmas, and I already beat it. I beat it in like 2 days. It was a really good game. It was a lot of fun. And I'm probably going to get Uncharted 2 soon so I can beat that as well. Little Big Planet is pretty good. It's a popular game. SOCOM, unfortunately, doesn't play well online at all for PlayStation. It's very unfortunate because I love SOCOM and I have it and I can't even play it. It's not even playable online. It's that bad. I've had people accuse me of being a lag switcher, which I didn't even know what the hell that meant until I got accused of being a lag switcher. But that's unfortunate. You know, it's just one of the many problems I have with the PlayStation 3 regarding online play. So, Tony Hawk's Project 8, which is pretty much the reason why I never buy Tony Hawk games anymore. Luckily enough, I only paid like $8 for that game, so it doesn't really matter. Gran Turismo 5 is a pretty good game, except I feel like it's not really a game in my opinion. That's like a really big demo, expensive demo, because it does not have any of the options that the other Gran Turismos have, and I guess they're working on that with the new Gran Turismo coming out. Street Fighter 4, which I only have because I have friends that have PlayStation 3 and I want to play me in Street Fighter 4, and it's the only time I ever go online because it's pretty horrendous. I mean, it's getting really bad to the point where I can't even play a decent game unless it's full bars, and which never happens, it seems. So that's that. And I'm running out of time, so just really briefly, Dragon Ball Z. Yes, I like Dragon Ball Z. I have all the Dragon Ball Z's except for Season 4. You got Dragon Ball up there, 1 and 2. GT. All the Simpsons up to Season 8 and a couple movies. The History of Trunks. And at the bottom, real quick, with that thing out of the way, I have strategy guides and Nintendo Power and all the other magazines that are pretty interesting to read. And that'll pretty much do it for that.